speaking of Team of the Week, we were at Pleasant Valley this afternoon for their pep rally, and Coach Jonathan Nix, the head football coach there at Pleasant Valley, joining us on the phone right now. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard, and how does it feel to be 3-0?
Well, it feels great to be 3-0, and very proud of the players and everybody tonight, and got through the game injury-free, and it's a great feeling.
Coach, I know today at the pep rally you got 2 T-shirts and 2 claps, and then we're going to get 3 wins and 2 claps. Did I do that right?
That's it. It felt like we was getting a T-shirt for everything today, and what's better than 2 T-shirts? Well, 3 T-shirts. What better than 2-0, 3-0?
Oh well.
So it was a fun day. I appreciate you guys coming out and being a part of that and presenting that, and I think that's an honor.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. And again, as we talked to you last week, I'm proud of you because you've stuck it out there. 11 years, you've gone through some lean times, and it looks like you've got a very good football team. As you looked at those guys, as I looked at them, and I talked to you at the pep rally today, when you look at your guys, they look like a football team.
They do. And, I'm so proud of them in the off season and not just the summer, but as soon as last year's game with Sulligent was over, the time that they spent in the weight room in the off season, starting even in early January, all the way through that, just being disciplined in there and, protein levels and stuff like that, just trying to help with that. And so many of our guys have put on 20 to 30 pounds of muscle, and that doesn't come without hard work and dedication. And so, but you're seeing it's helping them perform better. Well,
Coach, 34 points in the first game, 40 last week on the road at Spring Garden, at home tonight, 55. That's about 129-7. You're playing very well on both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
We are definitely. And, it's another night. Defense is flying around at a high level right now, and they've got 11 out of 12 quarters of shutout football, and that doesn't happen without some guys getting to the ball as a team. And so, Coach Ward, Coach Muncher, and Coach Parker did a great job on that side of the ball, and really getting the players to buy into their assignment. And, we've made some changes. There's some new faces out there and stuff like that, and there's some, guys that didn't start last year, and we always tell the players every year, every position's up for grabs. You just got to show us you can play. And, we had a player last week step up, that wasn't on the field any last year, and he goes and has 16 tackles. And so that just shows that everybody's hungry, and competition fires everybody up. And so, in the past we had several kids that had to play both ways. Well, now, you've got a team full that you're sitting there going, I just want to lock down one spot, Now, we do have a couple of two-way players, but we don't have many of them. And so right now everybody's really locked in to let me hold my one spot down, and some of those spots are competitive. And I just think that competitive fire just bleeds into our team and our mindset, and, and especially how physical we're playing right now.
Well, Coach Nix, this is Phil Harris. Of course, I hate I didn't make it to the pep rally. I'd like to have been there and met you, but I wonder if you kind of sort of sit back a little bit every once in a while, and you went through the lean years when you just kind of look out there and you just kind of think to yourself, if these guys could just believe in themselves. Well, now you look out there and you see that. Do you cherish that?
Oh, I definitely cherish it, and I tell coaches all the time, and I've been a part of some. Sometimes your record doesn't dictate how hard your players work. And as a coach, you've got to understand that and say, just because you work extremely hard at what you're doing doesn't guarantee you win sometimes. Sometimes it's about the region you're in. Sometimes you just have the ball doesn't bounce your way. And so what it does is times like this, it just makes you appreciate it that much more. Because, and we get excited as a coaching staff. I get excited so much seeing the look on these players' faces when they're actually getting the payday. They put all this hard work in, and then they see the scoreboard like that, and how they enjoy the wins and how they enjoy with each other right there, and how they're celebrating. Tonight we was able to pull our starters. They didn't play any in the second half, and and watching them go out there and and coach those backups, coach their peer right there, the kid that, maybe sometimes doesn't get as many reps. To me, that's what it's all about, too, because it's more about we than me.
Coach, 3-0 this year with wins over West End, Spring Garden, and Donoho. But to me, the measuring stick game for you is next week. You go on the road to Pisgah, the region champion from last year. That's going to be a measuring stick for this football team.
Oh, it definitely is. And they've got a great football team. They always have. And, in this, my junior class, we played them when all of them were freshmen. I think we wound up starting 8 or 9 freshmen that night. We had some injuries at week 10. And, I know Braxton Salster and Nick Acker both was not able to play in that playoff game that year. And so it's weird how that's come back around like that. And so, I'm excited for those players next week and all of our players, just to go up there and get ready to compete. And, there's nothing it's going to be a challenge, and we're going to have to play our best football. But, that's what you got to do in this region. This region's there was so many games decided last year by one possession that could have went either way. And so that's something that, this team's really worked on. How do we put complete ball games together? How do we stay focused for longer periods of time? And I thought it was great this week that some players called some other players out on, hey, we lost focus on that one drive that allowed Spring Garden, and so sometimes you say, hey, you won 40-7. That's not that big a deal. Well, it was a big deal to them. And so to me, when a team's holding each other to a higher standard, man, good things are coming their way.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on this win over Donoho, 3-0 start for Pleasant Valley. We wish you the best of luck as you go on the road to Pisgah next Friday night.
Yes, sir. I appreciate everything y'all do, and it was great to have y'all out today.
Thanks, Coach Nix. We appreciate you. That's Coach Jonathan Nix from Pleasant Valley. And speaking of Pleasant Valley, our lineman of the week was from Pleasant Valley High School. It was Wesley Wheeler. He was a Marshall DeKalb Electric lineman of the week.